the Trevor Jackson Podcast.
So Thursday, I seen all over the internet, my algorithm was looking crazy. The news on Yella Beezy.
And we have two breaking news stories tonight, starting with an update on a rapper gunned down on a highway 5 years ago. Dallas police now say Yella Beezy hired a hitman to kill his one-time friend turned rival, Mo 3. Cole Sullivan is live at the county jail. These are well-known rappers in the Dallas hip-hop scene.
Chris, Yella Beezy's top single, It Put It On Me, it peaked at 56 on the Billboard Hot 100. Now he's in the Dallas County Justice Complex behind me on a capital murder charge, accused of hiring a hitman to kill a fellow rapper. This all happened back in 2020. And just before noon on the middle of Interstate 35, just south of the Dallas Zoo, Dallas police arrested a 22-year-old and charged him with murder. Initially, that 22-year-old's in federal prison, convicted of gun charges. But now, 5 years later, they say he was the trigger man. Police say Yella Beezy, whose top song That's On Me, hired that 22-year-old and promised him cash for killing Mo 3. A grand jury handed up an indictment this week and booked Marquise Conway tonight. The killing of Melvin Noble, known as Mo 3, led to an outpouring of grief from his fans. Dozens held a memorial outside Dallas City Hall that week. He once was friends with the man now accused of hiring someone to murder him. The killing has long been suspected to be the result of a rap feud. We reached out to Yella Beezy's legal team tonight and have not heard back. We're waiting to hear back on a bond amount for him as well. We'll bring you updates tomorrow on Daybreak. Chris.
All right, thank you, Cole. You know, we've been following Yella Beezy's career, and this isn't his first run-in with the law. Go to WFAA.com, where we posted a story on his previous arrests, as well as the time he was shot several times in 2018.
You know what's interesting about this? They was calling it a RICO, and I started automatically thinking about the Young Thug case, because the Young Thug case was a state RICO, and this is also a state RICO. And in Texas, bond is mandatory. I didn't know that. Like, you have to allow bond in Texas. So Yella Beezy most likely will be coming home soon. But what I have to say about this is that it's tragic. What's very tragic to me is that people are identifying gang culture, violence, and street activities with hip hop, when hip hop is an art form. I don't want to connect that, even though it's not even an element of hip hop. It's just a part of hip hop, the street and the gangster culture. It's just taken away from the art, because we see so many people go to jail, get killed. Mo 3 was a very talented brother. Yella Beezy was very talented. He reminded me of Pimp C. He just wasn't seasoned enough to be as great as Pimp C. But I want to sympathize with people in the streets. I really do, because I come from the projects and I come from the streets, and I know you get yourself into certain activities and certain things going on in the streets because you don't see nothing else, and you feel like you don't have a choice because you don't know nothing else. And I want to sympathize with these boys, but I listen and I watch and I see how people smile and perceive themselves to be tough. And I really can't sympathize with y'all, dog. I really can't do it. And after listening to this brother break down their beef, and I was on TikTok, it made me have a whole totally different perspective of their beef.
Y'all been knew the situation between Yella Beezy and Mo 3. Mo 3 got on the track and bragged about shooting Yella Beezy multiple times. Bragged about killing Trap Boy Freddie Homeboys multiple times. So I understand his mom and friends want justice for him, but let's call a spade a spade. These was two street niggas beefing, amen. It all started when Yella Beezy got Roy Lee knocked off. Now why he did that, I don't know. Dude was a whole comedian, but allegedly Yella Beezy had enough of this man and got him killed. Mo 3 was not having that shit because that was one of his best friends, one of his only friends in the music industry, one of his only friends in the city. So what did Mo 3 do? Catch Yella Beezy at a strip club, chase him through every light imaginable, and shot the fuck out him on the highway. Yella Beezy, being way smarter than Mo 3, came back and got Mo 3 friend killed named Lil Bubba. The murder of Lil Bubba was publicized and shown all on TV because it was mafia style, so they knew then hits was being ordered in Dallas. After that, that put Mo 3 back against the wall, and he had to show that he was out here gorilla status. So he started stepping on shit, robbing shit, shooting shit, bragging about it. 3 was a whole villain. Trap Boy and Yella Beezy could not take it, so as a result, they commenced murder. Allegedly, they commenced it. So we saying long live 3, and that's on me. But the truth of the matter is, we have 2 young black superstars who was very successful, had children, supported their family and friends. They were great black men for the community, but they chose violence and threw it all away. This is Dallas County. I do not understand why Yella Beezy or Mo 3 thought they could get away with this shit, but they about to learn real fast, because Mo 3 gonna get charged from the grave for all that bragging on them bodies he was doing. Y'all gonna see he wasn't no good guy.
You know, I'm about to switch the conversation up to the big U situation, and this is like necessary to talk about this at this point in the show. When I looked at that brother's clip and listened to him speak about everything that's going on in the streets of Dallas and have his face on the screen, I was thinking that that was too much information. The reason I thought like that is because, uh, you know, right now, self snitching and social media is in a place and in a state to where I go on social media and I see people putting bags of weed in their story. They selling weed and they got guns, and people are incriminating themselves at an all-time high. Now, the reason I said that about that brother is because, like, him breaking down the beef and Mo 3 bragging on shooting Yellow Beezy and these homeboys doing this and that and all of this crime. I can't sympathize with nobody that's participating in street activities. I just can't do it no more. You know, at one point in time, it seemed like I would too, because at one point in time, I participated in street activities. But now that I'm a civilian and a tax-paying citizen, I could care less about what these brothers got going on. But the reason I wanted to speak about it on my platform before I do switch the topic up is because, like, I want to tell the young brothers something, man. That ain't the path you want to walk down and keep going down, because you ain't setting yourself up for nothing. I have never seen nobody make it out unless they chose the route out. I only seen people die or go to jail. I had one of my closest high school friends just recently get picked up, and he's 45, 46 years old, and it's over. He will never see the sun again as a free man. And it's just interesting that people want to be a part of something, be a part of a gang, be a part of a crew, be a part of a clique, be a part of an organization. And in our reality, it looks like it's beneficial at first, and then you lose everything. Rest in peace to Mo 3. And I don't wish jail on no man. So at the end of the day, free Yella Beezy. But most importantly, I hope Yella Beezy get his mind right. Just get your mind right, dog. And if you participating in street activities and you watching this podcast, man, get your mind right. It's easier said than done, but I believe in you. You can do it. Switching up the topic, man. Uh, I went out to California in 2021. I went out to California again in 2023. Probably about to go out there again soon this summer. And you know, people was telling me to go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles and get you some chicken and waffles, even though I'm vegan. People was telling me to go to the hood and support Nipsey and buy some things or whatever though. But that ain't who I am as a person. You know, I've came to a point in my life where I've evolved to not needing confirmation that I'm great, not needing internet acceptance, not needing approval from people. And when I look at this situation and I look at No Jumper's platform and I think about Whack 100 and I think about the streets of California, they are the people that are telling on themselves and telling the street activities that they involved in the most. Real talk.
So this is gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. And he's actually got video and footage of it. So y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about Whack. Whack, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be sending shit around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what these niggas saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this fuck shit. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sitting it around getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they go on the internet and do what the fuck they want to and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in though. Cause I ain't did nothing.
You know, people are promoting those podcasts and those platforms and those lives in Clubhouse that White 100 be on, and they be talking about crimes and you ain't down with the set. I want to play a clip or something too, but I'm gonna get right back to the conversation of Brick Baby and how he was talking. I was supposed to made the clip for this, but I just got the audio for y'all. In the hood and homies, nigga. Yeah. Hold on. Heard it. You got squabbles in the hood and homies, nigga. Yeah. Those that you got squabbles in the set. On the hood. Hey, I got.
Can you give us like at least 2 names from your put on and what block? I ain't never seen you at no meeting at Hyde Park, Horseman, or at 54th. When did you get put on? When did you get put on? I got put on in 2002. I got put out in 2002, Eileen Street at June House. What's up? Yeah, dead homie. So when you get put on? No, you haven't, bro. You been in, man, cuz Baby was a part of my put on. They was a part of my put on. Oh, the dead homies. My first name was Baby Wild. He's an Izzy turned East Coast. That was the third. Let me play just the first 3 seconds again for y'all to hear what he said. Those that you got squabbles in the set. On the hood. Hey, I got. Can you give us like at least 2 names? The brother said I got more bodies than you got fights. Man, I couldn't be the police. I couldn't be the FBI. I couldn't be an agent. I would be working overtime on YouTube because y'all giving up all the information, man. You know what I mean? And I think it's specifically to California. I don't think that a lot of young brothers are incriminating themselves like gang culture is for status, for acknowledgement, to prove to social media that you are somebody. And then y'all going on white platforms doing it like Adam 22. Why give him the content? Why give Vlad the content? So you can incriminate yourself, because these things that you talking about on these legal platforms that they are paying taxes on is going to come up in court, those platforms, and you're going to be sick, man. And back to Big U. You know, I heard about Big U a long time ago. I heard that Debo and Friday
was imitating Big U because that's who Big U used to be on the block. That was the perception of Big U, who Debo is in Friday. And the gang that he's a part of is nationwide. I'm from a little old town in Knoxville, Tennessee, and you got over 300 brothers that's representing that gang in Knoxville. And I'm not trying to incriminate no one, but it's just nationwide that these gangs span nationwide because in the black community, when the young brothers grow up poor, they always want to identify with something and be a part of something instead of creating greatness on their own. And what was created was powerful, that Crip stuff. And during his conversation in that live that he had before he turned himself in, he talked about being a black man and you know what the feds do to black men and I haven't been nothing but a help to my community as a black man. And this is what they do to black men. Nah, this ain't what they do to black men. This is what they do to criminals. Don't make them people perceive that because you're black, they're doing this to you. Nah, because they ain't gonna come pick a black man up that's doing abiding by the rules, the laws, and the regulations because he ain't participating in those things, man. So don't use the black man element. You and I wish Jail don't know, man. But the way he's speaking about people not wanting to give him no money for his organizations to be able to help out in the community with little league football teams and all of this and that. He took millions of dollars from the state of California and the city of Los Angeles to help out with gang prevention, and gang intention just got more heightened. And then he had this to say when he was on his way to prison also, and it sounded like he was describing embezzlement to me.
I'm looking at this video as I come in to turn myself in, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option, or I used Developing Option as a front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills for my family, the money I made from as an employee for Developing Option. I never mixed that with nothing. I didn't manipulate nobody. I didn't steal nothing. We did PPP loans. We did 2 loans. And that's it, just like everybody else did. I didn't use no fraud. I didn't give none of no fake names. And one of them we was paying back and one they forgave. You know what I mean? And the other one we attempted for and they didn't give us nothing for it. I filed my taxes and them coming around telling me I was using Developing Option as a cover. A cover for what? None of that's going to be true. None of that's going to be true. The government putting this big ass picture and they going to arrest 21 dudes. Some dudes I don't even talk to. I don't even know nothing about. So how the hell you going to lump me in with all them? But it's all the big picture though. It's all the big picture. Now I'm gonna be sitting in here. It's gonna be years out of my life. Then you going to get dudes who I don't even talk to. What they gonna say? You ruining people's lives. I heard it's up with 21 people that's been arrested. This shit wrong. It is what it is. Church, just pray for me. Just pray for me, pray for my family. And you look at what we did. You look at what I did. I've been home 21 years. It ain't over though. That's what it's not. Blessings.
You know, I want to say like, turn that down. I don't want no. Yeah, let me turn that down. What I want to say about what he just said, he incriminated himself. A lot of people may not know that because he talked about what Development Option did paid his bills. But if you look in the paperwork, that's not what they gave you the money for. That's not what they gave you the money for. They gave you the money to help out with gang prevention and help the youth in the community. It wasn't for you to pay your bills. That's embezzlement. That's a self-interest. You paying yourself as self-interest. And you also talk about PPP loans and getting money this way and that way. What was you actually using it for? Because you're gonna have a chance to prove yourself. And I don't wish jail on nobody, man. But I want to tell the youth something before I get off of these topics, because I ran down the Sauce Walker and Say So P situation. I talked about the Yella Beezy situation, and now the Rolling 60 indictment and the RICO or whatever. I talked about this, and what I want to say is that to the young brothers, man, go get your education, go strive and work hard and keep a smile on your face, because one day it's going to be your time to shine. And don't participate in these activities where these brothers are hindering you, wanting to kill you, wanting to take your life, and they ain't gonna help your family when you're dead and gone. They don't care about you at all. And you know, I don't sympathize with criminals, but I don't wish jail on nobody.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.